North Korea's latest stream of insults and accusations directed at President Obama amid the hacking row over the movie The Interview.
Sony, the producers of the film, had cancelled its release after their computers were hacked and threats made to attack cinemas showing it. President Obama, who encouraged Sony to reconsider, is now being blamed by North Korea for an internet outage believed to have come in retaliation. In a statement using a crude racist slur, North Korea accused the film of hurting the dignity of the supreme leadership.
The BBC's Caroline Holley reporting. A candlelight vigil is set for tonight in Flagstaff, Arizona, for a 24-year-old police officer who was fatally shot by a domestic violence suspect. Police say that Officer Tyler Stewart had responded to a domestic violence call yesterday afternoon when he encountered the suspect at a home. The suspect fired several shots at Stewart before turning the gun on himself. This is SRN News. Some people in Times Square have said good riddance to the bad memories of 2014 just days ahead of the new year. Times Square Alliance President Tim Tompkins says that they hold a good riddance event every year. And one thing is clear, there is a theme to what people want to say goodbye to each year. Angela Robinson, who won the Good Riddance Day contest, says that she entered it because she has a shed full of old documents from her father's business.
I wrote a story just for fun and won the contest. My dad was a trash man, so the story was the trash man who can't get rid of his own trash.
Yeah, I see how that could be difficult. Richard Bernstein takes office as Michigan's newest Supreme Court justice on Thursday, but he's been preparing for weeks. Bernstein's blind, and since winning the election in November, the 41-year-old has been listening to an assistant who reads legal briefs aloud. He then memorizes the key points in cases that will be argued in January. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Gordon Griffin.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
You're listening to Living Full Out with Nancy Solari. As a successful motivational speaker and trusted life coach, Nancy knows how you can live the life you want regardless of the challenges you face. Although she's legally blind, Nancy's mission is to inspire others to overcome obstacles and live life full out. Call in at 800-333-0001 to ask Nancy for advice on topics such as relationships, finances, business, health, and more. Just call 800-333-0001. Once again, that's 800-333-0001. And now, here's Nancy.
Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. Wow, what a great day here in Los Angeles and all across the country. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend and really recharged yourself, getting ready for the week. That's why we do this show here on Sundays. We want to make sure that you are invigorated and ready to go for the week. And that's a large part of what Living Full Out is about. It's about harnessing that energy and being prepared and really going after life in a big way, which actually is part of today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about leadership, how to be a strong leader. You know, what skills do you need? What is the role of a good leader, and how to best lead a team? If you have questions today, things are kind of keeping you up at night or stresses going into the new year, I want you to call in because that is what the show is for. We are live. The call-in number is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. Now, I am a life coach. I am a motivational speaker, but I lead a team each and every day. You know, was I born with those skills? No, of course, they were developed over time. But whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. Maybe you want to coach a football team and lead them to great success. Maybe you want to start a company and develop a team in that way. Or maybe volunteer and be part of a large organization. Whatever that looks like, developing those skills can happen in so many different ways. It may be taking time to read a book or an audio book and really develop those skills and learn them and harness them so that when that moment comes that you're ready to step into being a leader, you're ready. Maybe that means shadowing people who are leaders in professions that you want to implement, that you want to be similar to. Role models are everywhere around us. Sometimes they're older than us, sometimes they're younger than us, but really identifying people that can strive to help you be your highest and best. That's about living full out as well. Now, at the Living Full Out radio show here, we focus a lot on helping you to move forward in life. So that's why this time is dedicated for you to call in, get the advice that you need so that you can truly live your life full out in a big way. As being someone who is legally blind, I rely on my team a lot. I have leaders in my team that are my eyes when I can't see. That's really important because for me, when I sit down and say I'm looking at a computer, I can't see the web. I can't see a lot of things. And so I do rely on my team to be my eyes and do great research, and together we move it forward. So sometimes attributes of a good leader, it's not about a hierarchy. It's not about one person being above the other. It's about all of us being in this world, being in an organization together to have that same vision to really move ourselves forward. So if you're looking to, create that vision for your life, really fill in the gaps and, put your purpose into play, then again, this is your time to call in. That number is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. We're going to go to the lines now. We have Renee. Welcome to the Living Full Out radio show. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Renee. I'm good. Tell us what's going on today.
Well, as an adult going back to college, I'm finding that teachers see me as a leader in the classroom, to set a good example for other students. And so my question is, when others recognize your leadership qualities, what are some steps that you can take to become a more effective or an effective leader?
That is a great question. And it sounds like people see you as a leader and you actually enjoy being a leader. What do you feel are your best skills that you contribute to that group that you're serving?
Well, I like to, I enjoy encouraging others and sharing what knowledge that I have with others. I like teaching other individuals.
Do you find yourself to be a resourceful person, or do you find yourself to be someone who likes to delegate?
I'm more resourceful. I like to be like in the trench working along with someone, as opposed to delegating.
Perfect.
Be a part of the process.
Perfect. Okay. And the reason why I ask those questions is because you just said that you are resourceful. That's something that you feel is natural for you, but maybe delegating is not. So we really want to always strengthen what we're really good at and really become even better at that and let that shine in a big way, because that's your natural talent. But when we recognize areas of being a leader that we might need a little bit more work on, like the delegating, that's where you know where to focus your attention on further education for you. So what might be helpful is to, get a book or an audio book on whatever it may be, delegation, maybe sales. I don't know if you feel good or comfortable about sales, communication, obviously motivation you have down, but everybody's going to have those strengths and things that we need to work on. So it's really identifying as a leader, where are you really strong and where do you need more work?
I see.
So what would be the number one thing that you're going to focus on, that you're going to start to work on into the new year as a leader?
I think developing, delegating.
Okay.
That would be one.
Okay.
And also, I think the other would be to just gain more knowledge so that I can be more of a resource,
Okay. There you go. There you go. So you have 2 things now to work on. And now it's just about identifying delegation and being more resourceful for your team, educating yourself on how you can be stronger in those ways. If you do that, that's the plan of action that you want to go towards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do me a favor. We have some information that I think would be very useful for you as you further evolve as a leader that I'd like to share with you. So if you can stay on the line, I'd love to get your info so we can send you that information. Okay?
Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy.
Oh, thank you, Renee. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
too.
you.
Mm-hmm.
So she brings up some really great questions and really identifying as a leader, where do I need to step up? How do I need to evolve as a leader? That's really important that we all ask those questions of ourselves. I do every week, I promise you. I evaluate, even with my team, I check in with them. Is my feedback clear? Is there anything I could do differently? It's okay to step back as a leader and ask yourself, what could I do differently? Really important. So now we're going to go back to the lines. We have Chrissy. Welcome to the Living Full Out show. Chrissy,
hello.
Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Good. So tell us, what's going on today?
Well, I am a leader in my sorority on campus, and so I was just looking for some more tips to kind of better lead my girls and grow them into better people.
And you know what? I bet you're a good leader because you have an amazing energy, even through the phone. I feel it. So similar to like Renee, as a leader in your sorority, what do you feel is your best attribute? What do you do really well?
Like you stated, it's probably my energy and just my overall compassion that I just bring to the girls. Like, I just genuinely love them for themselves.
Right, and that passion, it's overwhelming. Like I said, I feel it, and the listeners feel it. Now, between you and I, what do you think you need to work on? Just between you and I, what do you think you need to work on as a leader?
Probably slowing down and listening to them more, because like I said, I am very active and energized, but I feel like I need to listen to them more and spend more time with them, more quality time with them.
Well, and the fact that you have that insight, that you know that about yourself, that's half of the battle. So the next part is that you want to further educate yourself on how to be a better listener. You might want to look at books or audio books, or, go to workshops, or even teleclasses are accessible on via the phone, where you can take part in a class on how to be a better listener, how to do better listening one-on-one, how to do better listening within a group. And if you can further develop that skill, honestly, with your outstanding communication skills, with even greater listening skills, you're going to be unstoppable. Okay? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no. And keep that energy going, okay? So as we launch ourselves into this next month, I want you to take that on. You know what you need to work on. Now it's about taking action, figuring out what resources can help you to build yourself up in that way, and then learn those new skills. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and send you some information on bettering your leadership skills in the way of listening. So stay on the line. Let me go ahead and get your information so we can get that to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good day. Great questions. Everybody keep them coming, because we all learn from each other. We're not in this life alone. Nobody wants to get to the top of the mountain and say, yay, I made it, without everybody who you love and who has supported you right by your side. So calling in today, getting these questions answered, it's important, because I really want you to live your best life. I want you to live full out. I want you to have everything in abundance that you want in life. So call in today. Again, we're live. That number's 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. This show is about dedicating to helping you to be a strong leader. But how to be a strong leader means that you need to sometimes get out of your own way and find out what you can do better. I know I ask that of myself each and every week. We've had Renee and Christy call in today, so promise you this, everybody listening today is going to learn from you calling in. So be that leader I know you to be. Step into it, ask those questions. We'll be right back.
Imagine relaxing with a cup of the finest tea in existence. Complex, perfectly balanced, fragrant teas that were once only reserved for emperors and royalty are now yours to enjoy with Waterfall Teas. With a range of fragrances, flavors, and pleasures selected from the most elite tea regions in the world, the nectar of the tea leaves of our exquisite teas spreads goodness from the mouth to the whole body, making every essence of your being rejoice. Go to waterfallteas.com and let Waterfall Tea Company be your personal tea sommelier. waterfallteas.com.
Living Full Out is a motivational speaking and life coaching company dedicated to helping others achieve their potential. Whether you're looking for one-on-one coaching or seeking to empower your employees with customized presentations, Nancy Solari will give you and your team the tools to de-stress, self-motivate, and pursue your vision for the future. To find out more about our coaching and presentation options, visit livingfullout.com or call 310-909-7800. Again, that's livingfullout.com or 310-909-7800.
Are you looking to attract more clients for your business? Well, the folks at Directory Tree can help. They can connect you with business owners, presidents, and C-level executives that make decisions on buying your services. Usually these executives are difficult to reach, and they make most of the decisions. Directory Tree can help you to connect with these business executives. Their expert team does all the work. They craft the message, send out the email, and track the results. Let Directory Tree promote, manage, and grow your business. Contact them at 800-340-1117. That's 800-340-1117.
The Living Full Out Radio Show would like to thank all of our partners. They are a great resource to the show and to the community. If you own or manage a business and would like to promote your services, give us a call to partner with the show. You may even qualify for a guest hosting segment. Please call us at 310-909-7800 or email at partner@livingfullout.com. Once again, that number is 310-909-7800. Or you can email us at partner@livingfullout.com.
You're listening to Living Full Out with Nancy Solari. As a certified life coach, Nancy can help you to overcome challenges and start living full out. Call in with questions live at 800-333-0001. Once again, that's 800-333-0001. And now, here's Nancy.
Welcome back to the Living Full Out Show. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are talking about being leaders, strong leaders, and how to go about doing that. I know I lead a team myself each week. I have this radio show as well as the Living Full Out company and beyond. And all of you who are leaders, I want you to call in because we can learn a lot from you. We also have a great expert here shortly that we're going to bring in, and she's going to share a lot of good information with us. But again, we are live. The number to call in is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. So I really want to welcome today Danielle Raposo. Danielle, welcome to the Living Full Out Radio Show.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
Wonderful. So everybody listening, watch out. Danielle is a bundle of energy, but she is a senior loan officer. She's been in business for 14 years, but she is the miracle worker to many of her clients. She's all about educating her borrowers and really keeping up with all those changing, evolving guidelines in the industry. I mean, Danielle, I really don't know how you do it. I feel like the industry is always changing, but please, welcome to the show. We're so happy that you're here.
Thank you. Well, I very much appreciate you having me. Thank you so much, Nancy. It's an honor.
Absolutely. So, Danielle, please share with our listeners, what does a senior loan officer do? What is your responsibilities?
Well, ultimately, we're responsible for their entire financial end of a purchase or refinance transaction when buying property, whether it's a condo or a single family or a duplex, a quad, or even commercial. We basically collect about 2 years of full income tax returns, all the income documents that you have over those 2 years, and then assets. That'll cover a good solid 2 months. And then we do a full credit review. And once we take a look at all of that, we come up with the buying power for the client and take a look and make sure that their credit is going to support that buying power. And if there's any kind of repairs that could be done, we want to make sure that we address that as well. And then there's also 2 different approvals that we give. For me personally, the important thing is that I give you an approval of letting you know how much you can actually purchase, and then discussing what that number is and seeing if it's even a comfortable number for you. I mean, there's been times I've done approvals and they come back that they're able to afford a much more expensive home than they thought, and sometimes that's just not what they want to do.
Right, and that's so much information that you're digesting, and then you have to sort it out and make sure it all makes sense and packaged off so that they get that approval. That's a lot to manage. Now, you know, you're a strong leader, okay? You just have this strong, organized, very diligent way about you. But, you know, a borrower, what leadership skills are they looking for a senior loan officer like yourself?
It's, like you said, Nancy, it is a very responsible job. And there's a lot of pressure on it, and there's a lot of responsibility on it. We literally have people's largest financial purchases and their decisions in the palm of our hands. I mean, they completely rely on me, and sometimes I've not even met them face to face, and so there's this relationship and trust that's established over the phone. And they rely on me to offer them competitive rates, to go through and make sure that the programs conform to their needs. A safe place to put their trust in, you know. And a lot of the time, it's establishing that and listening to what it is that they need so that you can guide them in the right direction. And like you said, this market and this industry has completely been changing, even over just the past few years. So some of my clients who've owned property for 30, 40 years, they're still learning, and there's still a lot of education to be shared with them.
Wow, and you really have to step up, right? You have to step up and be that educator, and you got to keep up with the changing times yourself. It's a lot to manage. Now, I'm just curious, because there are like tens of thousands of loan officers out there, and you know, having talked to you, there's a lot of reasons for why I think you're amazing, and just again, who you are and what you're about. But share with our listeners, what do you do uniquely for your clients?
Well, my clients become family. I very much value family. It is one of my strongest values that I have. And so to me, establishing trust with them is that foundation. It is building that relationship. It is letting them know that I am going to answer their calls at 11 o'clock at night. I am going to drive to Los Angeles, or if I have to fly to the Bay Area. I mean, those are things that I have done for previous clients. You know, they have had me meet with their parents, first-time home buyers, to where they're like, you know, I want my parents to trust you because they're helping me with this, and they would like to hear what you have to say too. So it's establishing and building that foundation, and really allowing them to know that they can come back to you in a year if now's not the right time. That they don't have to start back over from scratch. You know, I'll keep all of the notes that, you know, I learned from them, and we'll go back and we'll just pick up right where we left off.
See, I love that. And, you know, for everybody listening today, Danielle and I actually met years ago, and in my past life in real estate here, and I will tell you, you were a standout. You really were. And over the years, I've only known you to be that person that will drive 2.5 hours to go meet with a client for an hour. You know, you really do take calls, you know, 24/7. And to me, that is such a special quality. So I completely respect every bit of advice that you have to give. And I'm just curious, if our listeners want to reach out to you, how can they?
Well, the best way is to reach me by phone. I love being able to talk to people on the phone. I'm hearing their voice, hearing, you know, the undertones of it. My phone number that they can reach me at is 619-296-1312. Again, that's 619-296-1312. And then email is always great. It always gives me a chance to sit and digest what they're sharing with me, and that's Danielle at DanielleRaposo.com, and I'll spell that for you. It's DANIELLE at DANIELLE as in Paul, OZ as in zebra, O.com.
Wow, that is so great. And again, everybody listening today, because I know I've had questions over the years, Danielle will walk you through it, and she is just very gentle and at the same time assertive, which is really important in this industry, to be protective of your clients and assertive in searching out those resources. And we're talking a lot today about being a good leader. And Danielle, you are everything a leader should be. I mean that sincerely.
Oh, thank you. That is one of the most greatest compliments you could provide.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for being a part of our show today, and I encourage all of our listeners to give you a call if they have questions, and you go off and be that leader that I know you to be.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Danielle. So wonderful to have Danielle with us because I just have learned so much from her over the years. I know you all will as well. So again, we are talking about being a leader, and that's what it's about today, and how we can move forward and being the best leader and what those skills are and qualities that we need to have to lead an effective team. We're going to go back to the lines. We have Akeem. Are you there? Welcome to our show.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
Good. Well, welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you, and please tell us what's going on today.
Well, about one of my classes. I'm in school for nursing, and I'm taking a pathophysiology class, and we're doing a project on a stroke, and all the different facets of, the symptoms and the treatments, things like that. So once our group was created, we got together and nobody really wanted, take the lead on things. So I kind of appointed myself as the leader of the group. And I don't know, something I need to work on is sometimes patience. Like when people don't have opinions on things, or they're just very, nonchalant about it. I get kind of upset. Like, this is something that's important. Like this class is important. How could you not, be somewhat, driven for it?
So do you feel like patience is the number one thing that you have to work on as a leader?
That's one of them.
That's okay. You know what? I love that you said that's one of them, because here's the thing. I want to first of all give you a ton of credit. Nobody stands up to lead your group, but yet you take charge. Be proud of that. Be proud that you have that character, that you are that person that is willing to say, you know what? I'm going to do it because I want to do well in school. I want to do well in life. And I'm going to take you all with me into this grand adventure, but I'm going to lead this because none of you are. That's a great quality. Who doesn't want that in their organization? So be proud of that. All these other qualities that you feel you need to get better at, like patience or, being a good listener, or when our previous callers needed to work on that, whatever those qualities are, this is the time. You're in such a great time in your life. Being younger in life allows you to study these skills now. Read books, get audio tapes, go to workshops, do everything you can to soak up being a good leader, having good sales skills or communication skills, listening skills. And you know what? I get you on the patience front, because being visually impaired, I have to have a ton of patience, okay? But here's the thing. Right. The fact that you're even calling in today says a lot about you. So I don't want you to change. I want you to just continue to educate yourself. Take one month throughout this whole year to take on one more skill and get stronger at it. Can you do that?
I sure can.
Wonderful. Well, I believe in you very much, and we want to go ahead and support you along your path here. So stay on the line. Let us go ahead and get your information so that we can keep you informed and keep you on your educational path. Okay?
Okay. Hope to hear from you soon.
All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
You too.
Okay. Such great questions today, everybody, and I think we're seeing themes coming up today. Being more patient, being a better listener, being more resourceful, being more diligent. These are all qualities that we're not necessarily born with. We learn these. So this is the time for you to call in to seek that advice, to learn from all the other listeners that are tuning in today. Again, we're live. That number is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. After our next break, we'll be back with a special guest host, Katie Bresic, coming up, and more calls. We'll be right back.
Imagine relaxing with a cup of the finest tea in existence. Complex, perfectly balanced, fragrant teas that were once only reserved for emperors and royalty are now yours to enjoy with Waterfall Teas. With a range of fragrances, flavors, and pleasures selected from the most elite tea regions in the world, the nectar of the tea leaves of our exquisite teas spreads goodness from the mouth to the whole body, making every essence of your being rejoice. Go to waterfallteas.com and let Waterfall Tea Company be your personal tea sommelier. waterfallteas.com.
Living Full Out is a motivational speaking and life coaching company dedicated to helping others achieve their potential. Whether you're looking for one-on-one coaching or seeking to empower your employees with customized presentations, Nancy Solari will give you and your team the tools to de-stress, self-motivate, and pursue your vision for the future. To find out more about our coaching and presentation options, visit livingfullout.com or call 310-909-7800. Again, that's livingfullout.com or 310-909-7800.
Are you looking to attract more clients for your business? Well, the folks at Direct Retreat can help. They can connect you with business owners, presidents, and C-level executives that make decisions on buying your services. Usually these executives are difficult to reach, and they make most of the decisions. Direct Retreat can help you to connect with these business executives. Their expert team does all the work. They craft the message, send out the email, and track the results. Let Direct Retreat promote, manage, and grow your business. Contact them at 800-340-1117. That's 800-340-1117.
The Living Full Out Radio Show would like to thank all of our partners. They are a great resource to the show and to the community. If you own or manage a business and would like to promote your services, give us a call to partner with the show. You may even qualify for a guest hosting segment. Please call us at 310-909-7800 or email at partner@livingfullout.com. Once again, that number is 310-909-7800. Or you can email us at partner@livingfullout.com.
You're listening to Living Full Out with Nancy Solari. A professional motivational speaker, Nancy can help you overcome obstacles and start living full out. Call in with questions live at 800-333-0001. Once again, that's 800-333-0001. And now, here's Nancy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for everybody calling in today, asking great questions about how to be a better leader, how to develop those skills to lead a team or an organization or just a class. So I want you all to to know that this is your time to call in. We're live. That number is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. And I am Nancy Solari, and I'm a certified life coach. And with that, I want to say that I am honored, truly honored today to have Katie Bresic here with me. She is actually a women's health expert coach, and she has so much great advice on nutrition and wellness and really supporting her clients to live a healthy life. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I have got to say, there's so much that you do. So we only have a little time, but please share with our listeners a little bit of how you do serve your clients.
Definitely. So I really believe that women in general, we have so much on our plates all the time, and it's really looking at our lives in a holistic way. You know, a lot of us say that we don't have time to cook or we don't have time to move our bodies, but it's really about figuring out what's really the best way to enhance your life so that you can feel healthy and vibrant and really nourished rather than deprived and tired and overwhelmed like most of us live our life. So it's really about enhancing your life.
And I love that, especially because, I don't know, I just overate over the weekend, the holiday weekend, and I'm sitting here with you today. I'm like, okay, I need to be more nutritious. I need to think about these things. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm so excited you're going to take calls with me. We're going to go to our first caller today. We have Charlotte. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi. So tell us, what is going on for you today?
Well, basically, I'm a speech pathologist. I work full-time in the school setting and part-time with a home health agency. But I feel that the two positions as a leader allows my family to be financially stable. However, there's just not enough time for there's just not enough personal time for myself or my family. So I need some advice on how to be a leader and manage my time away from work more efficiently.
You know what? So many of our female listeners and males too are probably nodding their heads going, yeah, how can I do that as well? What do you think, Katie?
Hi, Charlotte. Welcome. So nice to meet you.
Hi.
So it's so interesting. Thank you. It's so interesting because so many of us are so focused on our job and really kind of putting that as our number one priority. And so many of my clients come to me because they've tried everything and they still aren't feeling the best that they can every day. So I would like to ask you, do you have time already on your calendar or however you schedule your life for yourself?
Very little time. just to be honest. Very little time. Between the paperwork that I'm doing away from work, very little time.
Mm-hmm. Do you have just 5 minutes of extra time a day that you can just create for yourself just to start with in the new year?
Sure.
I encourage you to really, you know, it could be the same time every day, maybe getting up 5 minutes earlier or, you know, going to bed a little bit differently, but really put on your calendar just 5 minutes, put your name on it in that spot and create a sacred space and time for you. So not when you're rushing off to work or when you're trying to make dinner, but really create 5 minutes where there's no phones or distractions of any kind. And maybe you sit and meditate, or maybe you just lay down on your bed and close your eyes. But the more that you take care of yourself, the more time and more energy that you're going to have for both of your jobs and your family. And honestly, it really might just be 5 minutes a day. For you, some days it might be 10, but I really encourage you to kind of block off at least 5 minutes every day. And no matter what, nothing comes between you and that time for yourself.
I love that. I love that because that's such a take action, like a do tomorrow thing. You can implement that tomorrow, Charlotte. How do you feel?
That sounds great.
Yeah, and you know what? Trust yourself. If at some point you feel the 2 jobs are too much, life is too short. You know, we're in this life to play. We're in this life to learn and grow and be with our families. And so, you know, we can't take our money with us. You know, so trust your instincts. You know, do the best you can in a day. Take those 5 minutes like Katie said, but then at the end of the day, you got 24 hours. Spend it the way you want. Don't feel like you have to. Okay? We really want to make sure that we support you as you consider your options here in the new year. Will you stay on the line so we can get your information?
Sure.
And was this advice helpful for you?
It was very helpful. I do appreciate the advice.
Wonderful. Well, you're going to do great. And just stay on the line and we'll go ahead and stay in touch with you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
That is excellent advice, Katie. Honestly, it made me thinking, I need 5 more minutes tomorrow, you know, and maybe I can up that each day and maybe get up to a half an hour of free time for myself. That's great advice.
And honestly, you're going to feel, because you're actually taking time for yourself, you're going to feel more focused and more energized without really changing much else.
I love that, and it's such an easy thing to implement, and that's what you do. You give simple systems.
Yes.
We're going to go back to the lines. We have Brittany. Brittany, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. So you're with Katie and I today, and tell us what's going on.
Hi. So I have a nonprofit, grassroots nonprofit startup, and I have a team, my board of directors, and we try our hardest to congregate amidst our school and studies and other things that we're doing. And I'm just really having an issue with trying to keep my team's fire burning without spending any cash. I am a broke student and a broke CEO and founder, and all of my money goes towards forms and legalities and what have you. And I would really like to find a way to give them incentive, and I usually send out these really long emails full of updates, but it seems as though that's no longer working as good as it used to as an incentive to keep pressing on, and my team just seems a bit fatigued.
You know what? I think that you have brought up such a great point today. You got to sometimes switch it up. You know, Katie, what do you think?
I think the thing that I'm really noticing in my space and in general with social media and with newsletters is that a lot of people are only really sending out information when it's new and exciting or relevant or take action. So I encourage you to perhaps maybe think in a different way rather than feeding so much information all at once. What if you were to change it up and you only really send out things when it's relevant or fun or take action, whatever you decide you kind of want to focus on, make it really short and simple, and maybe even having a call, an informational call with you and your team instead of just email. I feel like, again, you know, there's so much out there, email overload that can kind of already make us tired thinking about it, right? So it might be just like they know that whenever they see an email from you, it's time to read it, and then having a call too would be a good idea.
I think that makes perfect sense. And again, something easy to implement. You know, just less emails, shorter, energetic, and you know, the thing too, I think would be very special because you sound like you're so personable is, you know, have some one-on-one time with people independently. Pull them aside, you know, send them an email. Just kind of have that one-on-one time to do a kind of a check-in. Because I think sometimes we lose that, and sometimes people just need that time with you to say, hey, this is what I really want out of my position in your company. You know, this is where I'm challenged. And I think you'll get more out of that relationship with them if you take that one-on-one time. But I hope that, you know, our feedback today was helpful for you.
It definitely was. Thank you so much,
Nancy. You're welcome. And stay on the line because we're going to get your information. Love to send you some leadership, motivational content for you as you go off and inspire your team further. So stay on the line and we'll go ahead and get your information, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great advice, Katie. Wow. You know, can't believe how fast this segment's going, but, you know, given today's topic of leadership, you're such a good leader, and there's so much that you can offer our listeners. How can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, I would love for you guys to reach out to me. You can find me. My website is katiebrusak.com, and of course I'll spell that.
Great.
It's Katie, B as in boy, RESS as in Sam, ACK.com. You can find me there. I'm all over social media. You can find the links on my website. Super easy. And I would love if you are looking for any health, wellness, nutrition advice. Send me an email, and I would love to schedule a one-on-one with you and really help support you in the new year so you feel better than you might feel after all the holiday leftovers.
Well, I love that. And you really are that person, that motivational spirit. Right here in the studio, I just feel energetic all of a sudden. But I was going to say, regarding leadership, just a real quick thing, what would be a motivational thought that you have for our listeners today regarding leadership?
I think it's just really important to remember that there's only one of you. I think a lot of us really kind of compare ourselves to other leaders out there and other people that might be doing something similar. But I really, really encourage you to really remember that there's only one you, only one person that thinks like you do. So keep that spirit alive when you're leading, because people are drawn to that, and that's why you're leading them, not somebody else. So really kind of be you.
I love that. I love that. So thank you so much, Katie, for joining us today and being a wonderful guest host. And we're going to be right back here shortly. Again, we're live. The number to call in is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. Today we're talking about leadership, and no question is too big or too small. We're here for you. We'll be right back.
Imagine relaxing with a cup of the finest tea in existence. Complex, perfectly balanced, fragrant teas that were once only reserved for emperors and royalty are now yours to enjoy with Waterfall Teas. With a range of fragrances, flavors, and pleasures selected from the most elite tea regions in the world, the nectar of the tea leaves of our exquisite teas spreads goodness from the mouth to the whole body, making every essence of your being rejoice. Go to waterfallteas.com and let Waterfall Tea Company be your personal tea sommelier. waterfallteas.com.
Living Full Out is a motivational speaking and life coaching company dedicated to helping others achieve their potential. Whether you're looking for one-on-one coaching or seeking to empower your employees with customized presentations, Nancy Solari will give you and your team the tools to de-stress, self-motivate, and pursue your vision for the future. To find out more about our coaching and presentation options, visit livingfullout.com or call 310-909-7800. Again, that's livingfullout.com or 310-909-7800.
Are you looking to attract more clients for your business? Well, the folks at Directory Tree can help. They can connect you with business owners, presidents, and C-level executives that make decisions on buying your services. Usually these executives are difficult to reach, and they make most of the decisions. Directory Tree can help you to connect with these business executives. Their expert team does all the work. They craft the message, send out the email, and track the results. Let Directory Tree promote, manage, and grow your business. Contact them at 800-340-1117. That's 800-340-1117.
The Living Full Out Radio Show would like to thank all of our partners. They are a great resource to the show and to the community. If you own or manage a business and would like to promote your services, give us a call to partner with the show. You may even qualify for a guest hosting segment. Please call us at 310-909-7800 or email at partner@livingfullout.com. Once again, that number is 310-909-7800. Or you can email us at partner@livingfullout.com.
You're listening to Living Full Out with Nancy Solari. As a trusted life coach, Nancy will help you overcome setbacks and embrace all life has to offer. Call in with questions live at 800-333-0001. Once again, that's 800-333-0001. And now, here's Nancy.
Welcome back. We're having such an inspiring show today. I mean, even I, as a leader, want to up my game here going into the week, because I am telling you, we all have it in us to be the best at our position, to be great leaders, to really leave an imprint in this world and a legacy. And when you are a leader, when you do harness those skills in a bigger way, that can really happen for you. So applause to everybody who's calling in today. That number again is 800-333-0001, 800-333-0001. We're going to go back to the lines. We have Hillary. Welcome to the Living Full Out Radio Show.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. So tell us, what's going on?
Well, I work at an insurance company in Chicago, and the agent I work for, I'm running into a bit of an issue because we get lots of calls throughout the day. We get very busy, and I am on the phone a lot, and a lot of the phone calls tend to be for my agent, and he's busy, so I take messages, and a lot of times what is happening lately is he doesn't call them back or in a timely manner, and so they end up calling back and getting upset with me, and I don't know really how to confront him, with him being my employer and me being his employee. I don't know a good way to approach him about this, that he is making people upset and not calling them back.
You know what? You actually bring up something that so many people deal with that are in your position, because you take what you do and you do it the best to your ability. I'm sure you're polite and you're assertive and you're a leader within your position, but you can't control what your boss does. However, what you might want to consider is try to identify what is his best communication style. Meaning that, is he best via email, phone call, texting? And it might mean that you have to send him reminders. You know, maybe there's one initial call with whoever that person is he needs to call back. Maybe put it in your calendar that you need to send him a reminder, maybe once or twice a day, maybe one day, and then follow up with him the next day until you know that he's actually grabbing hold of these leads. Maybe asking him, set a meeting, say, listen, I've noticed that calls are not getting followed up on in a timely manner. How do you want me to best communicate with you? And is it okay with you if I assertively continue to send you follow-ups? Is it okay if I follow up with those people? You know, because the thing is, you can't control what he does, but you are a loving leader, meaning that you want the best for these people. So sometimes, you know, you want to check with him, but be assertive at the same time. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay. And you might want to set the expectation for them. You know, find out what's a reasonable amount of time that he will get back to them. You know, obviously you can't say he'll get back to you within the week, you know, but maybe that's the case. It might just take him a week. Set that expectation. And it will take some of that load of frustration off your shoulders. So I think you got a conversation with him that you need to have, finding out the best communication style, and then again, setting clear and really more predictable expectations for the clients. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Great. Well, you know what? Personally, who would not want to have someone like you on their team? You are a superstar, and you know, just continue to be that person that you are, that great leader, and try not to get frustrated, because life is full of different personalities, okay? And it's just about being that great communicator that I know you to be. Okay?
All right.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. So much great advice and questions, and I want everybody to know that being a leader, it's not an overnight thing. We're in this together. We're growing, we're learning, we're evolving, and you do that by calling in. You do that by having conversations with employees and bosses, and just making sure that we're all on the same page. So we're going to go back to the lines. We have Lexi. Welcome to the Living Full Out Radio Show.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Hi. Wow, aren't you just a burst of energy? So tell us, what is going on today?
Well, concerning leadership, I wanted to talk to you about my goal as a leader. My ultimate dream is to open a school for kids in Latin America. I'm not quite sure what area of Latin America yet, but I want to give kids who don't have the opportunity to go to school that opportunity for education. So I want to open a school in an area where there's not one currently available for those children.
Well, that is fantastic. I mean, what an admirable thing that you want to do. Where do you find the biggest block in that vision?
Well, I'm having a hard time figuring out who I should contact or who I should get involved, who needs to get involved with me to kind of make this happen. I'm kind of having trouble finding leadership positions within my own community that could prepare me or help link me to the right people.
You know, my first thought on this is obviously, you don't know where you're going to build the school, but to find a model that you can, replicate would be helpful. So maybe doing further research to see what other schools have been built in other areas of Latin America or maybe other parts of the world. Find out how find out how other schools are being built. Who has led that venture, and then study up a little bit on how that was done. Maybe even contact the founder of that school and find out what was their path. Okay. Because
I'm taking next semester. I'm taking a nonprofit organization management course. And we're going to kind of. That should hopefully link me to a few people that have been through that before. But for my school, I kind of wanted it to be more of a nonprofit for children who either don't have the means to pay for school or who don't have parents.
Well, Again, your vision for how you want your school to be, that's going to be completely unique to what you're offering, okay? Because that's your vision and it's going to be all unique to you. However, beyond your class, I would look to see other models of schools, not exactly the same type of students that you would have, but just how they were structured. And you might get that all out of your class, or what I kind of have a hunch is that you're going to have to kind of go above and beyond the class to do your own outside research. But I think just what needs to happen here is just more research. Where have other effective schools been birthed around the world? And kind of what was that model? Who was the founder of that? Maybe looking them up. What was their bio? What was their expertise, their education? How did they get that done? And I think if you do that, you're going to learn a lot from the process. So how does that sound?
That definitely sounds like a good idea. Also, I wanted to let you know that I did a few summers ago volunteer with a program and went to Nicaragua. Yeah. And I lived in City, and I worked in the schools there, and that's kind of what really sparked this passion for wanting to work with children, and especially with education, because the kids that were in our community, they're
well,
there's another community that shared the school, and
well, here's my thought.
They really had.
Here's my thought. I'm only cutting you off because, unfortunately, we have to go to commercial here shortly. But what I was going to say is the fact that you've harnessed your passion and you're going for it is a great thing. So I want you to follow that passion, do more research, and you'll be great, okay? So stay on the line because you and I can connect further after this and go ahead and talk this out further. Thank you so much, for calling in.
Thank you.
So many wonderful calls today, and keep them coming. We're going to go back to the lines. We have Michael. Are you there? Welcome to the show.
Yes, hello.
Hi. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Tell me, what's going on today for you?
So I was recently actually promoted to a assistant manager in a retail store up in the Chicagoland area, and it's been difficult learning how to manage people who can be double my age, just a different generation, and I'm just out of college. I'm 23, so learning how to deal with people who are in their 40s, 50s, even 60s, and how to gain their respect, while making sure they still know I'm in charge has been very difficult recently.
Well, you know what? First of all, you actually have the maturity of someone older than you. So I want to give you a lot of credit because the fact that you're even calling in today and wanting to strengthen your leadership skills and be more relatable to everybody in your team, that says a lot about who you are. So part of this is just making sure that you're confident in your skills. Because the thing is we're all going to have different varieties in the office. You're going to have people that are older than you, younger than you, shorter than you, taller than you. It doesn't really matter. And also people are going to have different paths of experience of education. So what you really want to hone in on is what do you bring to the table that's unique? Your perspective, your vision. There are a lot of young leaders that have very strong visions, that are confident, that kind of have a refreshing take on things. So don't feel that you have to be somebody else. Don't feel like you have to pretend or acclimate to be what those other team members need. Be you. You were chosen to be in the position that you are because you are the leader that you are. All right. So I want you to harness that, and unfortunately we're going to commercial here shortly, but I hope that was helpful.
Oh, that was very helpful. I heard pretty inspirational. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. And go ahead and stay on the line. We'll get you information so we can continue to support you, okay? But thank you for calling in.
Okay, definitely.
Thank you. So many great calls today. I want to thank everybody. The Living Full Out Radio Show has so many team members that put this together. I want to thank also Katie Bresic and Danielle Raposo. So many great interviews and advice. And we'll be back next week for another great show on letting go and how we can really live our lives full out. I'm Nancy Solari, and I'm so honored and thankful for everybody who called in today. Again, we're live each week. That number's 800-333-0001. Have a great day.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
Famous Las Vegas Strip at Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel Casino and Spa, the entertainment capital of the world. It's the Dennis Bono Show, featuring the Bob Rosario Ensemble and Corey Sachs. I'm Mike McHugh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the star of our show. Here's Dennis Bono.
Better watch out, better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming.